So I finally got my 20 bomb on Wraith, and I feel like it's been a long time coming, and there's a few things I feel like I can share with you to help you potentially get yours. Now the first thing, of course, I need to mention is dropping hot. It's right at the start of the game and you're going to find most people there. You'll see in this, I instantly grabbed a gun and just headed over to where I heard fighting. I did land capacitor and we are playing King's Canyon, which personally I don't think is the best map for getting a lot of kills. Neither is Storm Point. I don't know how these people get constant 20s on these maps. These people are just, I don't even have a clue how it all works, honestly. I find World's Edge and Olympus are my highest kill maps, but I have had a few high kill games on King's Canyon. I would say not on Storm Point because I purely avoid that map as much as possible. The other thing I'd like to mention is a 20 bomb does come down to a lot of luck, and essentially all the stars aligning and being on your side, which you'll see exactly happens in this game. My aim in this is absolutely terrible. My whole aim when I hopped on was absolutely disgusting, and prior to this I did have some games where I was just instantly dying because I couldn't find any loot. I'm sure if you play King's Canyon you'll know what I mean. You land, you find a Mozam and some thermites or a grenade or something like that, and you know, someone else just absolutely comes and beams you because they're fully kitted out. Unfortunately, it was the same for me, and I think because of this, because I was having a bad time, I think Apex gave me a slightly easier lobby than what I normally play in, because, you know, linking back to SBMM and engagement optimized matchmaking, it wants to keep you playing longer without getting too much into it. If you do bad, it'll give you an easier lobby till you do good again, and then you do good and it puts you in hard lobbies and all that kind of big circle kind of stuff. So there wasn't a lot of luck in this game, I can't lie, because, you know, my aim exactly here is terrible. But with all that, there is still ways you can kind of help to improve your chances of landing the 20 kills, and that's exactly what I want to talk to you about. Obviously, I've mentioned we need to land hot. The next thing is just not spending time looting. I think a lot of people, like my teammates here, were just spending a lot of time looting boxes, and I think simply you just need to grab what you need, upgrade your weapons, grab your bats, meds, whatever it might be, ammo if you need it, and then just simply move on. And what I was doing here is rushing around the map to everywhere I heard a fight, or everywhere I heard, you know, if I heard footsteps, I'd immediately turn to it and push them. And you'll see here, I'm really far away from my team, but I'm comfortable in doing that. I'm pretty comfortable playing solo. This was a solo game, and I can't be relying on my teammates. Now, my teammates do actually come pretty clutch towards the end, and I actually needed them around, and you'll see exactly what happens there. But if you can avoid playing solo to get a 20 bomb, you can make your life much easier. So if you have friends to play with and you're not a solo player, if you get your friends to help you out, if they're nice friends, what you can do is they can help you deal damage to the enemies and crack them and get them pretty low, and then once they're low, you can kind of run in and steal the kill, and it's an easier way to get 20 bombs, especially when you're facing full squads. The other trick you can do is have your teammates play mobility legends like Valkyrie or Octane or Ashe even, and essentially use their ults to get you around the map as fast as possible. So when you do hear shooting, immediately going to it, try to pick off third parties the best you can. Because you're on a time limit, because a lot of the time squads are dying out really fast, I mean, there's been many a time on Storm Point and King's Canyon in particular, by the first ring, there's only around 5 squads left. In this lobby, I was pretty lucky. It was a slow dying lobby and there was enough people around. Don't get me wrong though, I still had to run around even in a pretty slow dying lobby, and you can't expect everyone to come to you. You literally have to be running around trying to find everyone, trying to get all the third parties you can when you hear enemies. Now, I did get an assist here, which I thought could have been the end of it, but I carried on. And the only reason I was kind of going for a 20 bomb is because I had such a good start to my game. I think if you get in that mentality of, I'm going to get a 20 bomb this game, I'm going to go for a 4K this game, you could kind of almost put yourself off and put too much pressure on yourself in the fact that you'll end up playing worse. And I know it does happen because you're like, oh, I want to get it this game, I really want to get it. And then you just put all this pressure on yourself and you might not play as well, and then you get annoyed, and yeah, you've still not got it. I think the most times like I've had the 4K has been when I've not expected it, and then I've known, oh okay, I've got quite a bit of damage here, I can farm the rest. And I think this was the case with getting the 20 here. I noticed I had quite a good start and quite a few kills, and that sort of pushed me to go, okay, well, I'm going to run around the map as fast as possible, and I'm going to try to get as many kills as I can. And normally I do play for high kill games anyway. To be fair though, I don't play a lot of pubs. I do prefer playing ranked, but today was just, I was just feeling different. I thought I'm going to try some pubs. I've hit masters again. I'm not going to hit Pred because it was like 16k, and I just don't have the time to get another 6k RP before the end of the split. So it was like, okay, well, I'm going to play some pubs. And this is the part here where, like, yes, I could have solo queued and I could have joined a lobby solo, but then I don't have this fallback of teammates because, if it was just me, they would have hunted me down, they would have known I had a gold res and killed me, and I would have had 15 kills. And there's been a lot of instances where I've had high kill games, like 18, 19 kills, and it does become extremely, extremely frustrating. And here once more, without having teammates, this Octane wouldn't have been as low as he was, and the Caustic hiding in the corner wouldn't have been as low as he was. And I also wouldn't have known that Crypto was coming through the door. Well, I would have heard him, but my teammates pinging him was nice. But unfortunately, sometimes you have to play selfish. I was at 18 kills here, and you'll be wondering why I didn't go for the res. It's the third ring. I only have the one med kit, and unfortunately, no heat shields. I do notice now I have syringes though, but I just didn't want to risk it being that close. And I think when you are getting kind of close to it, sometimes you just have to play selfish, and if your teammates are holding you back, if your teammates aren't pushing with you, if they're not moving with you, you have to be comfortable to play on your own. And this is exactly what happened here. I'm not sure what the Val crew is doing in this squad. They must have been looking for the next rotation. But again, a lot of luck. I think I definitely had easier skilled opponents than what I normally do for sure. I thought this laggy Pathfinder was going to end it for me, but there we go. We managed to wipe the squad and get the 21 kills. So the last squad here, I'm not sure if this is how normal Watson mains play. You don't see a lot of them. Is this normal for a Watson main? I'd love to know. But they had some weird Watson thing going on over here, and I just thought I'd have a little bit of fun with them, knowing that I got the 20 kills. And this is the first 20 I've actually had, so I'm glad it was on Wraith. But like I said, these for me personally, as I consider myself pretty average, I don't think they come around that often. Obviously, you see people on YouTube getting them like all the time, and unless you're insane at the game, it's not really realistic. I mean, it's taken me a long time to get one, and I'm glad I have, but at the end of the day, now I've got it, it's just like, oh, well, I've got it now. It hasn't changed anything. It's not, a lot of people are like, oh, I won the 4K, I won the 20. It doesn't really change anything. It's just a badge. And unfortunately, the thing with a lot of badges is you can buy them, and you can pay people to get you these badges, which means their actual kind of showing of them and banners and stuff isn't really like that big a flex, so to speak. It's not really that great. Like, I've seen plenty of people with these badges who don't play great, and it could be that they're having an off day, or it could be, that they bought them or boosted them or something like that. Having a badge doesn't mean anything at the end of the day, but it is just a cool thing to have that achievement, when you've been going for it for so long. So I've been trying to get a 20 for quite a while. It was nice to actually get it, but it was just, I don't know. I don't really, I was happy to get it, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, okay, well, that was cool. At the same time, it's like changed nothing, which is, I know sounds really weird to say. If you want to see more Apex content, you can click on the screen now. That's how I got my 20 bomb. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.